Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 25 of Direwolf20's Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode series. Just doing a little minor cooking up of food, eating some smoothies. So I got strawberries at some point and I realized of my saturation, my fruit was at like 20%, right? Everything else is actually quite good. Fruit, though, I've been neglecting. So I decided to grow some strawberries and see what easy things we could make, like strawberry juice and strawberry smoothies, which is pretty cool, right? So smoothies are a little bit better than juice. It's the same recipe, but it just needs snowballs, which is easy to get now because remember, you can do snowballs from water around a pure daisy, which we already have. How cool is that? So what we'll be doing is today probably working on blood magic. However, there's a thing I want to do. I noticed I had so much experience going on. And so while I was mining, I found one little tiny emerald thing. And I broke it, and thanks to luck, I got 2 emeralds out of it. So I'm going to make myself a Tome of Knowledge from Thermal Foundation, which is a nice way to store all your experience. Hopefully, wow, I hope a Tome of Knowledge is enough to store all this experience. I can't contain all this experience in this tome. Holy cow, that's a lot. So that's pretty cool. At the very least, we have a nice bit of experience storage. Does it tell me how much I have? Wow, that almost filled the thing up. But at least now, the reason I did that is because, like, if I die, I lose a lot of experience, and that would be bad, and nobody would be happy about that, least of all me. So that's what's up. So, but today I want to probably get started in blood magic. However, before we do that, I want to grab my Astral Tome here because I did go mining between episodes, collected a bunch of resources here, a ton of stuff. Went out and found lots and lots of resources, and because I was mining, I got some perk points available. So I leveled up to level 7 in Astral Sorcery, which is cool, which increases my melee damage. Sweet, look at that, it's like purplish, and I click on it, right? Available. Double click, there we go. Whoosh, unlock magic powers, that is awesome. So down here, effectiveness of perks, and that'll get me down this branch. Wow, that is like, it's so many things, right? Ooh, increased perk experience gain. And that'll lead down here eventually to other tree roots may be unlocked without requiring a connection to the existing perks. Grants 3 additional perk points. That's cool. I want to get to that thing for sure eventually. But we also want to get up here because there's like, I think like good stuff happens up here. I don't know. So what are all these things going to unlock for me? If I followed this path, right, I'd get mining and attack speed, mining speed, increased reach. A lot of this is related to mining. Now, if I went up this way, effective mining speed, mining, because obviously this is the mining route, right? So like that makes sense. Over here is the damage route, right? So increased melee damage, increased projectile damage, melee and projectile damage. That's cool. So a lot of damage-based stuff over here. This guy, elemental, armor. So this is all like the protective stuff. So that makes you more resilient to damage. Movement speed, that's always nice, right? A little bit of movement speed is kind of good to have. But lots of mods add that. And then this guy is extra life. So you get more hearts. Wow, that's a lot of extra life. Holy cow. Combine that with like the eating equals more hearts thing, and that's... I'm having a really tough time deciding which... I want all of them. I want all the perks, and I'm only going to get 30. So I'm like really struggling to... How about... So do I want more damage? Or do I want more... I don't know. That is a tough call, dudes. That is a super tough call. Let's see. What should I do? I have no idea. I'm just gonna... And the good news is later down into the tree, you can reset all your perk points, but not lose them. Right now, if you use the shifting star, you lose all your perk points and you start over from level 1, right? But there's an advanced shifting star later that lets you reset all your perk points but keep your levels. So what I might do is go down this way, and I mean, maximum life is going to be kind of nice, right? So let's do that. Bing. Increase the effectiveness of perks. What I might want to do also is break into this guy where we can get that tree root unlocking and an extra perk points thing. That might be cool. So let's do that. Effectiveness of perks. Effectiveness of perks. So we need a couple more levels, and then we can break into that. So that's neat, right? Enchantments. That's so cool. I love it. I really do. Astral Sorcery, man, it just blows my mind how cool of a mod that is. You know, I like lots of mods, as you guys know, but, you know, Astral Sorcery, man, very, very cool. Hey, can I eat my strawberry juice now? Okay, so with this up and running, let's get into the foundations of blood magic. However, there's a couple little things I want to do before that. Let's grab some iron ore. I think I only need 3. Now, what did I do with my rock crystals? I've got some. I think I left them... Do I have my linking tool on me? I do. Cool. And do I have this thing on me? Good. I want to start a process that takes a little bit of time. Now, normally I would wait until I get into collector crystals to do this. However, collector crystals are gated behind a thing, so I want to hold off on doing that. And the other thing I want to grab is a reservoir full of liquid starlight. Huzzah! And we're going to pop on over. Hey, come back, you. In this general direction-ish. Hello, skeleton. To our temple up there, or what used to be a temple. Right now it's just a collector crystal floating in the world. Hi, creeper. How's it going? Okay. Pop up this way, because what I want to establish is the collection of celestial crystals, which I should have the ability to make at this point, right? With just a little bit of stardust, or the star metal dust, right? And what I'm going to do is pretty much just plan for that. So let's get that up and running. So where is that temple thing? I think it was down here, right? Yeah, there it is. So the only thing that remains over here, what the heck is this? Oh, okay, it's an animal. I'm like, what is that thing? So what we want to do is right here, and then I probably want that. Oh, this is a zombie. That. And let's put one more here so that I can link you to you. So remember, when you're growing celestial crystal clusters, right? In case you haven't done this before, we're going to have a little tutorial on this. And I'm just hoping that it hasn't really changed all that much. So we're going to want you, you, and you. Okay, so we're going to want you, you, and you. And into those go a rock crystal and a stardust, right? And when you see the purple particle effects, you know you're doing something right. That's the general rule of Astral Sorcery, right? I'm seeing particle effects, I must be doing something right. And what's going to do is the liquid starlight is going to combine with the star metal dust and the rock crystal and create a celestial doohickey thing. It's basically a rock that's going to grow over time. And it takes a while to grow, which is why we're doing it now. However, putting it on star metal ore causes it to grow faster. But it absorbs the materials of the star metal ore and turns it into iron ore. See how it did that? Right? So that's why we have the floating crystal here, turning this iron ore back into star metal ore. Now, he might need line of sight to do that. So what we're going to do is, once we do this and this, we're going to go ahead and remove the cobblestone because we won't need the liquid starlight there anymore, right? So that should be cool. So that celestial crystal cluster, which if we have 3 of this, we'll see it's at stage 0. I want to say stage 4 is the max growth on the thing, right? We could also probably speed it up a little bit with time in a bottle. We'll try that in a minute, but right now I want to get these guys taken care of. Cool and cool, right? So what should happen... Are you only linked? What happened here? Unlink all links. Because you can be linked to more than one, right? Maybe you are not line of sighting. Oh, that might be a problem. Maybe you're being blocked by the crystal on top of it. Yeah, that might be a little bit. See how that's happening, right? It's absorbing the star metal, and then the collector crystal should turn it back. But I think this, the growth themselves is causing a bit of a problem. Well, it's not the end of the world. It'll just take longer for them to grow. That's all it really comes down to. It's pretty cool. It's really kind of cool. Oh, hello, Enderman. I will always take Ender Pearls. Sure, why not? Thanks for your donation to the Direwolf Claws of Ender Pearl Collection. What? No Ender Pearls from looting 3? Hacks. Hacks, I say. Hacks. Hey, look, it grew to stage 1. Oh, and wow, stage 2 already. Whoa, that's actually pretty fast with this guy going on. That is cool. That's stage 4. Is that maxed out then? So the first click is 30 seconds, the second 60, third, fourth, and fifth. The last effect, 30 seconds, yeah. That's, wow, that is pretty cool. Stage 4 might be the max. Well, that is pretty darn cool. That sped things up a lot quicker than I thought it might. I was doing this because I expected this to take a while, and it don't take a while. So you're stage 4, and you're also stage 4. So if I break you now... Huzzah! Quest complete! Right? And you're also stage 4, so you can be broken. And note, by the way, that you get dust as well as the Celestial Crystal. And the stats of the Celestial Crystal are completely random. So it doesn't matter what origin crystal you use. The stats of the Celestial Crystal are pretty much randomized, right? So that's stage 1. Can I... So that's 641. Now we're at 634. It's not bad. Stage 2. And I'm guessing I can relink you, right? Yeah. So what we'll probably want to do is have these ores be at the same level of the floating crystal. But next stage of Astral Sorcery, we'll be able to make our own collector crystal. And it'll even be a little bit better than that one. So I'm not too worried about it. So let's go, buddy. Let's wait for this to grow all the way, because it should grow all the way. And we'll be right back. So all I'm doing is I decided to claim this chunk, and we'll let it chunk load. And we'll just come back for this one later. So I've got 2 of the Celestials. Good enough for me. Let's pop on home and get started on Blood Magic, because that's pretty much going to be our next stage of the game. Now, there's a couple things I want to do with Astral Sorcery that might make my Blood Magicking a little bit easier. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. Hey, another one of those Oxeye Daisy things. Do I have my Destruction Gadget on me? If I do, I might pop down there real quick. I do. Let's make sure. So, like, right in the center. So right around Y level 30 is where you'll sometimes get good stuff from those Oxeye Daisies. Hey, look at that. Emeralds. Or diamonds, at least. Yeah. Not that exciting. Couple diamonds, that's about it. Remember, kids, don't dig straight down. Minecraft rule number 1. Okay. So I think it's Blood Magic time. There's some items that I definitely want to get from Blood Magic. Some powerful items that are not hard to get. At least they don't look hard to get. So shall we get started? I think yeah. So we need a holy cow, that is a lot of things. Rudimentary snare. This is how you get started in Blood Magic. This is one of the first things you have to make. We need mana steel, enchanted fabric from Thaumcraft, which is what, 4 string around some wool? Not too bad. So string... right? So let's get, we want to get a few of these, because it's been my experience that these don't always work so well. So you want to have like a handful. How many do we get per craft? 8 of them. So this will get me 32 of these. I'll get half as many as that, right? Hey, quest complete. Nice. Speaking of quests, we did have a few quests go on here, right? Thaumcraft, we just completed that one. Astral, we completed this one. And Britannia, did we have any? Nope, nope, nope. Hey, sure, why not? Alright, so where's blood magic? There we go. Requires gate blood magic. And the blood magic gate requires me to make the rudimentary snare that I'm making right now. Sweet. So then the other thing we need is mana steel, which is just a bunch of iron, right? So that shouldn't be too bad. So we'll get 16 of those, right? My goal is to create 2 sets of these things. Cool. And then the other thing, it looked like it was redstone root, right? Yeah. So that's just tall grass and redstone. Do I have shears on me? No. Why would I have something so useful on me ever? My name is Darwolf20 and I don't carry useful things on me. Hey, the builder from RF Tools, that's kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to want tall grass, which I'm assuming will not be too hard of a thing to get. Could always just bone meal grass, but I was hoping there'd be some out here already. Oh, there's some. That's medium grass. That's grass. Okay. So all we needed was more types of grass, right? Alright, all set. So we'll get some of that stuff. Now, technically I didn't need this much, but I grabbed a few anyway, right? So technically I only need 4 redstone roots. Actually, technically I only need 2, right? But I'll keep the extra tall grass in case we need a little bit more later. So that'll get me some rudimentary snares. Hooray! Quest complete! The gate for Thaumcraft. Nice. Alright, so let's claim these rewards. Blank slates is a nice gift. Thank you for that. Or, not Thaumcraft, blood magic. Duh. What am I thinking? Brain. Blood magic. Hooray! Detect, submit, claim. Began the blood magic quest line, which means I should probably store those experience levels, huh? At least as much as I can. Throwing them in there will just make it so that if and when I die, probably more when than if, you know, life goes on. Well, that sounds ridiculous, but trust me, it's the case. Hey, I got a potion of regeneration. Nice. We're definitely going to want to eat some of this good food. And we're going to be looking at doing some regeneration stuff. Trust me, that'll happen. And we also got the Sanguine Scientificum. Sweet. That has all like the infos about it, but I'm pretty good with blood magic. There's probably some aspects of it that I'm a little bit rusty on. And hey, perfect timing, it's getting dark out. So having a looting sword absolutely helps with doing this blood magic thing that we're about to do. But what we need to do is find mobs, throw the rudimentary snare at them, and then kill them. And when we do this, the mobs will drop a unique item, right? The trick is when you throw the snare, it has a chance to apply a debuff to the mob. So you have to look for particle effects. If you see them, you're good, and then you kill the mob, right? And having looting will help with that. And eventually we'll get a Sentient Sword, which means that you don't have to throw the snare anymore. And that's a pretty early thing to get. Yeah, so that's like one of the very first things we can get. We just need a petty Tardik Gem, which is easy to make in a Hellfire Forge, which is not that easy to make. Not terrible, though. I think we can make all these things. Yeah. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, the recipe for that. So let's find some monsters. Looking at my map, you know, usually it's dark out and like monsters are just swarming me. Right now it's dark out and Minecraft's like, you don't need monsters. Right, no particle effects, No particle effects. Particle effects. Now we kill him. Hey, I'm an expert. Demonic Will, quest complete. Cool. So that's why you want to have more than one of these things. Now, we want to get a couple Demonic Wills before we really get going with this, right? So, no particle effects, no particle effects, no particle effects, no particle effects, no particle effects. Yes, particle effects. Demonic Will. Got it? Come here, Mr. Creeper. We need at least 2 or 3 to get started. So I'll get as many as I can with these rudimentary snares, because no reason to keep them. They're completely worthless after you get your initial... See, sometimes it's on the first throw. Other times it's not on the first throw. Hey, a flux-infused helmet. Dude, you know, give me a few more minutes here with these guys. Alright. I'll have like a full set of flux-infused armor here any day now. Is that flux-infused armor? Yes, please. Aw, I just got the quantum boots. Not as exciting. Hey, it's a thunderstorm at all. It's alright, we're sleeping through the night. So what other flux-infused? I've got flux-infused leggings. So now I've got a flux-infused helmet. How cool is that? And then we also have a quantum suit. Boots. That's kind of cool. Alright, so putting away our junk that we collected while fighting mobs. Gunpowder and zombie flesh. And this stuff. So we got 4 of these, right? Now these can be used to make a blood altar. And it can be used in the Hellfire Forge to make... well, we need them to do the crafting recipes of the Hellfire Forge, right? So to make a Hellfire Forge, which we need to do right now, we need Stardust, Mana Steel Block, Alchemical Brass Ingot, and some Arcane Stone. We have Arcane Stone? We have Arcane Stone stairs and slab, but I don't know that we have any actual Arcane Stone, but that's alright, because it's easy enough to make. I really only need that many. Yeah. Right, and then a Thaumcraft Crystal of any kind. Then I needed Star Metal Dust, right? And we need a block of iron, which we can turn into a block of mana, right? We need a couple quartz slivers and an alchemical brass ingot. So I'll grab an iron ingot just in case we don't have an alchemical brass ingot. And all the stuff that we established early on is really making this a little bit easier, right? Do that. Thanks, buddy. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna let it be the actual coal instead of the coal blocks. The reason is that it will probably mean less item respawning. Cool. And then over to our Thaumcraft area. Oh, hey. Knightly plate, 8 armor, blast protect. Well, might want that at some point. I'm just wearing whatever armor mobs drops. Like, because there's no point in making armor. Mobs drop so much of it. Now you might have some alchemical brass. You do. Awesome. Sweet. So that's good. And do you have arcane stone? Not really, but we'll make some. I don't think you even need to do this over here. But I did need to come over here for the, whatchamacallit anyway. Oh, and then a couple quartz slivers, and we should be good to go. Sweet. Hellfire Forge, that is a quest. Let's keep an eye on these quests. So far, they haven't given too much good, but sometimes you get like a useful item, right? So the next thing we need is a petty Tardik Gem, right? Which is pretty easy to make. I think it's just lapis and redstone and that kind of thing. Glass, right? Lapis, redstone, gold, and glass. And we should have some glass in here. I'm making enough to make a few of these because I know we're going to want a couple. So this goes in here, and so this is basically a fuel, right? So 1 will, I think, is enough to make you. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it actually matters. Does it matter? Redstone, gold, glass. I guess not. Sweet, it's shapeless. Cool. Hey, we got our first Tardik Gem. Now we can combine that with a sword, can't we? And that'll get me the Sentient Sword. Sweet. Quest complete. Huzzah. Do I have... I have this. Right? So I combine... So we're going to want another one of those, right? And that used 0.03 will, right? So what I'm going to do is let's... If I drop this on the ground, when I pick it up, it should go into the gem now. I want to hang on to at least one of those. Let's drop the 4 and the 299. That should be cool, right? So that now is a fuel source that can be used to do you, make another one, right? Which costs 1 will. Cool. And then you plus the sword. Now, technically, this sword will probably not be quite as good without fortune. And it also doesn't do as much damage. So I'm debating what I want to do. Because you get some wills. So we need to kill them with this thing. That's for sure. Oh, cool. A laser beam. What? Does that use, like, pretty much... Okay, neat. Okay, that's a thing that exists in this pack. So I can throw books on it, right? So we might want to look at enchanting it. What do we have by books? We have a holding enchant, and that's about it. In here, at least. So if I wanted to make looting, right? That would be in the enchanter from Ender.io with skulls and 37 levels. Could I do that right now? I need infused diamonds from RF Tools, arcane and sorcellator from Thermal Expansion, which requires a machine frame, which technically maybe... Oh, device frames are valid in here? Oh, right, that's how you have to make them. Technically, I could probably do this. But boy, do I not want to. Boy, do I not want to. How about just an enchantment table, right? What if I got one of those? And we just tried to get... I think we should be able to do that. And we can have mana pylons, right? Yes, we can. Yes, indeed we can. Right? So let's maybe do that real quick. Let's get 2 mana pylons. Because if I can get looting on this thing, right, that would be super cool. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 diamonds. And we'll just set up a little enchanting area. Because looting on this would make things all the better. Okay, so you are cool, right? Mana pylons. And then we just need to make an enchanting table, which is a book and some diamonds and some obsidian. It's the vanilla recipe. Something I almost never do, believe it or not. Yeah, I did want you, because I want 4 of you. I want 2 of you. And we want some paper, so we need some string. And we need a couple of these guys. Right? Okay, so let's, pick a place. Doesn't super matter exactly where, that we decide to do a little bit of enchanting, right? Could I put it here? What if I put it here and here with you? Would that be sufficient? So let's go get our tome now. And what we probably want to do is have a few books handy, right? So let's get... this, some string, and a bunch of sugarcane, and we'll just hope that we get lucky. Maybe? And if not, we'll figure it out, right? So you can go away, and you can go away. We'll just hope that we get a little bit lucky. How did I get with this? Blueberry pancakes? Sounds good. Hey, and they have all the things. Dairy, fruit, grain, and protein. Is that everything? Dairy, fruit, grain, and protein. It doesn't have vegetables, but still. Not a bad food. I really need to do a kitchen. A kitchen setup would be nice. So if I... Oh, and lapis, right? We need lapis. So basically I'm looking for looting. So what I should do, right, is put this and this in there. Now you're only going up to level 5, which means you guys are not... Yeah, I totally broke a piece of glass, didn't I? I am going to get yelled at if I don't fix that. Holy cow. Sorry, Rorax. Look, I fixed it. Alright, so if I put you in there, you're still on level 5? Come on, bro. Now we're cooking. Okay, cool. Venom, so let's see. Decay and Venom. Not what I want, right? So instead, we put a book in there, and we get the lowest number it'll give me, right? And then we put this in here, Decay, Bane of Arthropods, and Insight, right? So we put a book in there, and we take the lowest level it'll give me. And let's also get a chest to store all these junky enchants that I may not need ever, right? Let's store these items we'll never use. I mean, you never know, I might want protection at some point. Holding and protection. Okay, cool. Right, so now we put this in there, knockback, XP boost, XP boost. Efficiency, sure, why not? Decay, leech, insight. I guess I should be checking this, right? Leech, insight, smite. Auto smell, blast protection. More books are going to be required almost immediately. Knockback, XP boost. Yeah, see? Come on, I just want fortune. Or looting, or whatever you want to call it. The thing that makes me get more things. Alright, a little bit of watering can magic later, and we are good to go. Cool. So we've got some sugar canes. I should really just set up a farm or something to auto-harvest it, but we'll get there. So that might be cool. How'd you get in my... Oh, right, there's an open window there. I'm gonna get yelled at for that one. If you know, there was a problem, I would probably resolve it, but there's not a problem with that, frankly. Actually, let's get a few more of you. Cool, and then I can do more books. Thank you. And that might be enough for now if I get a little bit lucky. And if not, it's going to be more sugarcane harvesting. So let's see if I can get some luck here, right? So you were not Bane of Arthropods, right? We are going to need just a few more levels. It looks like this thing doesn't waste levels, which is kind of cool. I don't remember that being a thing. Aqua, Venom, Smite. Right? So now you've got Insight. Not what I want. That's the one problem with mods that add enchants. It makes it less likely to get the enchants that you want. Sharpness would probably not be the worst thing in the world, but, you know, knockback, sharpness, Vorpal. Sharpness, knockback, smite. Come on, looting. Let's go. Soulbound, Reaper, fire aspect. Fortune. That's not what we want, right? We want looting. Should I grab it since I'm here in case I need it in the future? I don't think I'll ever need that, right? No, I'm going to say I won't ever need that. Knockback, sweeping edge, insight. Leech, protection, sieve. Come on. Smite, sharpness, smite. I mean, looting is an option here, right? Page 1 of 2. Holy cow, dudes. See? The problem with adding a lot of enchants. I like it, But if you're going to add enchants, you need to add a way to filter on the enchants you want. It just leads to having bad RNG. Unbreaking, Smite, Knockback. Knockback, Venom, Smite. Luckily, I've got the experience for this. Insight, Projectile Protection, Protection. Sharpness, Insight. Looting 2? I want looting 3. Nobody panic. I just made another set of books after growing some more, and I think we got there. $16 levels for looting 3. And something, but I don't care what else it is. Well, actually, I do care what else it is. But I guess we'll just be hopeful that it's something good. Leech 3. I don't know what Leech does. What's Leech do? Alright, Leech can be applied to swords, axes, and sickles. When a mob or player is killed using a Leech enchanted weapon, some of the user's health is instantly restored. The amount of health restored depends on the enchantment level. For Leech 3, it will be 3... It'll be 1.5 hearts. Cool. Well, that's neat. Hey, we got looting on our Sentient Sword. How great is that? I like it. All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. It took us a long time to get looting, but we did it. We're happy. We're excited. Looting is good, right? So more sugar canes, which is nice. All right, good deal, good deal. Let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We'll proceed with some fun blood magic-y stuff. Cool? So for now, Dollar20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and you know what to do. As always, Atomic Reconstructor. I think we already have. Hooray! Not really. Component Changer. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Take it easy.